First Amendment of the United States, that protecting free speech, is the law which girds our democracy, our republic. Other places, in fact, the majority of the world, does not have it. And we are seeing the repercussions today, as today we go to the rolling green hills of Ireland, where our hero Conor McGregor is under investigation for a hate crime. What did he do? Did he stab someone while yelling racial epithets at them? No. He made a statement. It reads as follows. This is following, of course, the Algerian man who stabbed 5 children. Innocent children ruthlessly stabbed by a mentally deranged non-national in Dublin, Ireland today. Our police chief had this to say on the riots in the aftermath. Drew, not good enough. There is grave danger among us in Ireland that should have never been here in the first place, and there has been zero action done to support the public in any way, shape, or form with this frightening fact. Not good enough. Make change or make way. Ireland for the victory. God bless those attacked today, we pray. Now, of course, the politicos are able to weaponize their power in terms of deciding what is and what is not hate speech. Hate speech by pro-Hamas people supported, allowed, as is demonstrated.
Why every so many 100 years the Zionists get slaughtered? Because Hitler knew how to deal with these people.
Tommy Robinson went out onto the English streets after being warned by police that his presence might distress people. What happened? He was arrested for being in public. His liberty as an individual violated because a certain sect of people decide that he is a person non grata. He cannot walk out into the streets because the Muslims in the UK are rabble rousers and making the most noise and threatening other Englanders. Thus, the politicians cave to the Muslims, to the rabble rousers, to whoever is making the most noise and has the political correctness on their side, which would never be the case with the far right in Britain, but is going to galvanize them. Now, in Ireland, once again, we go back to our boy Conor. He's under investigation for hate speech. What was hateful about what he said? Nothing. What they're doing is they're shutting Conor McGregor up. They are threatening him. They are using the power of the state to stifle dissent that they find objectionable. Really, that which threatens their power. Because without laws protecting individual rights and individual liberty, those in power will eventually realize that they can abuse such for their own gain. A little known fact is you don't have to be an Irish citizen in order to vote. Irish politicians can grab the votes of people that come over on a boat very easily. Thus, they have constituents that can put them in power. Who are these newcomers to the island? Not those who have been there for a long period of time or who have citizenship. No, virtually anybody in Ireland can cast a ballot. Thus, they are pandering to them. Thus, they are entertaining the idea of silencing McGregor so that other people in Ireland see this and say, if they shut up Conor, I'm going to keep my head down. And thus the politicians game the system using the laws, illiberal laws, to keep themselves in power. You should be sickened by this, but this is game theory playing out. And the problem is that the power will centralize and centralize more unless you have barriers that will prevent this from happening, like the First Amendment. This is what's taking place all over the world. And those with the loudest voices, those willing to do the most damage, have the most sway over the cowardly politicians in the UK, as exemplified by Tommy Robinson being arrested, by Conor McGregor having hate speech violations thrown at him for what in America would be protected speech. And that's why we must protect the First Amendment with every ounce of strength that we have, while the Uniparty, and specifically the Democrats, chip away at it and try to chop down that cherry tree, that foundation of the US Republic, lest we become over there like Ireland and get our heroes investigated for hate speech, for speaking out against what's happening at the border. Because that's what's coming, and that's what Elizabeth Warren and the squad and all those Democrats truly desire. To stifle you, to tell you what's right, because they know best and they want to stay in power. Peace.